Welcome to WECT's special presentation of a Southport 4th of July Parade. Brought to you by Dozier Memorial Hospital. Our specialty is you. Weichert Realtors, Coastal Choice, the real estate company of choice on the coast. And by Security Savings Bank. Neighbor-to-neighbor service you can bank on. And now, your hosts, Kim Ratcliffe and the First Lady of North Carolina, Mary Easley.
Well, hello, everyone, and happy 4th of July. Hope you are enjoying all the festivities of this that this holiday brings, and I am excited to be here with the First Lady of North Carolina, Mary Easley. Mary, I know you've done this for the past couple of years. This is exciting.
It's a great way to experience the parade and see everything and help people get to know Southport, which is our home.
That's right.
That we love so much.
All right. Well, Mary Easley and I will be joining you with all of the parade festivities today in just a few minutes. All right, welcome to the North Carolina 4th of July Festival and Parade here in Southport. I'm Kim Ratcliffe, joined by the First Lady of North Carolina, Mary Easley, and we are going to be giving you a detailed explanation of all of the floats that you will be seeing for our 4th of July parade. And right now you're looking at some of the parade marshals for this year's 4th of July parade, a salute to our veterans. The North Carolina 4th of July Festival is proud to recognize and honor wounded combat veterans as part of the 4th of July Festival, the Parade Marshal's Military Order of the Purple Heart.
That's right, Kim, and now we have the Humvees coming from the United States Army, the Airborne Division. The soldiers before you come from the 18th Airborne Division, which is stationed at Fort Bragg, also known as home of the Airborne and Special Operation Forces. And I believe they're going to be locating themselves on the riverfront after the parade so all the kids can check things out a little closer.
That'll be exciting. You know, the mission is to maintain the 18th Airborne Corps as a strategic crisis response force manned and trained to deploy rapidly by air, sea, and land anywhere in the world. And look, we've got some kids on this float now. This looks like Dozier Memorial Hospital's float, a proud sponsor of the parade for the 15th consecutive year. The hospital has been a cornerstone of the community since 1930 and is positioned to be so in the future.
On this float, we've got some new employees and their children who work at Dozier Memorial Hospital, which is a great hospital for a wonderful community here in Southport.
That's right, and if anyone gets hot today, Dozier has handed out special fans to help get everyone cooled down. 10,000 fans given to all of the spectators today.
We've got Mayor Norman Holden with his grandchildren, Brooke and Bryant, right there. And Norman has been mayor of Southport for many, many years.
What a proud grandfather.
He is. They're great kids, too.
That's wonderful to be able to enjoy that with his grandchildren in the parade this year, I'm sure. All right, and now
we've got Jessica Jacobs, Miss North Carolina for this year. She's making her first official appearance in the 2007 Miss North Carolina, is right here with us today. She was formerly Miss Central Carolina, Jessica Jacobs. Isn't she beautiful?
She is very lovely and happy to have here with us. Here we have the...
Oh, that's Thor.
Oh, gosh. And you said you've actually fired Thor.
This is Thor, our full-scale replica of an 1841 Browns 6-pounder cannon. Let me tell you, when you set it off, you know it.
That's wonderful. And we've got coming right behind Thor, the Southport Fire Department. The city of Southport purchased and used this 1922T model fire engine in the early 1920s and continued to use the fire engine through the 50s. Exciting that they've been able to keep that all together there too.
And here we got an emergency response van from the city of Southport. Our law enforcement officers work really hard to make your festival fun and safe, and it's great when you see them to say hey to them and thank them for all they do.
And nice that they're able to sort of enjoy and not work all the time, right?
They're working all the time today, though.
I know. Sort of a fun job today, we hope. This is Rolling Thunder. Rolling Thunder number 3 motorcycle drill team. The major function of Rolling Thunder is to publicize POW and MIA issues. They help to educate the American public to bring awareness to American prisoners of war left behind after all previous wars, and they're also committed to helping American veterans from all wars, and you definitely know they're here.
They're here and they're beautiful. They really do take good care of their bikes, don't they?
They do. This is a nonprofit organization. In fact, there are 7 chapters of Rolling Thunder across North Carolina. And as you can see, a lot of folks coming out to the parade this morning. It's estimated 40 to 50,000 people here in Southport to enjoy not just the parade, but actually a week-long festivities.
The weather has been as cool and as wonderful and as dry as it possibly can be, so it's an ideal condition to spend the day outside.
I think folks really lucked out because I don't remember a 4th of July this cool anytime in the near past. And these again, the Rolling Thunder and the memorial for recognition of the POW MIAs. And we'll let the folks with Rolling Thunder continue to roll on by.
They've got an interesting array of specialty bikes in their group, don't they?
They really take a lot of pride in their motorcycles also. And now we've got Elaine Marshall, Secretary of State for North Carolina and has been since 1997. She has served in the North Carolina Senate from 1993 to 1994, is married to Bill Holford and has 5 stepchildren and 7 grandchildren enjoying
well,
the
you
parade
know,
this morning.
Elaine was the first woman member of the Council of State.
Interesting.
Yep, first elected statewide. So
Well, congratulations.
I know it. Now here, coming up here is R.C. Souls, which is our senator. He has served the people of this district for 16 terms. They say he's the oldest rat in the barn, but he does a lot of good work.
Jokingly, and you can get away with saying that.
And you know what? He is working really hard on this budget and has been doing a good job for all of us in southeastern North Carolina. R.C. Souls.
Great. Sudan Thunderbolts joining us for the parade today, organized back in 1975 in Brunswick County.
Well, you know, Kim, I gotta say, if I have a favorite,
Yep.
it's gotta be the Thunderbolts. They
Yep.
are a favorite of mine.
They are, and they always put on a great show for not just parades, but also different charity functions that they go to all over the state of North Carolina. I think this is their mini racers.
I would love to be able to do this.
I'm sure they'll let you.
I don't
We can
think
arrange
so.
that.
I can tell you one thing, though, Kim. They will not trust my husband behind the wheel of one of these.
They've already told him no. Mike, no, you're not doing this.
That's right. He's got history.
Oh, no. All right, these little mini racers are custom designed, molded fiberglass bodies mounted on modified go-kart frames and powered by a 5-horsepower engine. The precision driving and movement team appears in 25 to 30 events each year. Now, the goal of the Thunderbolts is, of all shrine groups in today's parade, is to raise funds for the Shriners Hospital for Crippled Children. And I know we have not seen the last of the Shriners in today's parade. They do all kinds of neat things.
They have a lot of fun, but they take it really seriously, and they're really dedicated. You can see if they're doing this at 25 or 30 events every year.
Oh, yeah.
They devote a lot of time to it.
You think they practice?
They practice a lot of the time. Wait till you see what they're able to do.
To get it all right. And behind the Shriners mini racers, you probably heard the sirens.
It's the Southport Rescue Squad.
Had to wait to let them tone down a little bit.
That's right.
It's a good thing their sirens are loud. They are, everyone from the Southport Rescue Squad hopes that everybody has a fun holiday and encourages you to remember while having a good time this holiday weekend to think about safety first.
And they have an ice cream social at 4 p.m. in the Rescue Squad building on Nash Street this afternoon, so go by and get an ice cream sundae.
Sounds good to me. We should go now. All right, we need to congratulate Captain Charles Drew and his crew on another successful Firefighters Freedom competition. These folks from the Southport Fire Department.
And this is Representative Bonner Stiller. in the North Carolina House of Representatives going by.
A representative for 3 terms, Representative Stiller is still an attorney here in the Southport area. One of many representatives from the Brunswick County area that we will see today. Here we have North Carolina House of Representative Dewey Hill from Whiteville, North Carolina. He served the people of Columbus and Brunswick counties now for 8 terms in the House of Representatives. And he's decked out in his red, white, and blue.
He has been here before. He knows the dress code.
You learn after a few years, right? But again, we are enjoying really nice temperatures today. I think we've definitely got lucky on the weather for today. Here is the Bank of America float. Kenneth D. Lewis, the chairman, CEO, and president of Bank of America, is quoted as saying, "Bank of America helps build strong communities by creating opportunities for people, including customers, shareholders, and associates, to fulfill their dreams." On the float are some employees and their families, all representative of the Bank of America here, the Southport branch. The employees invite you to stop in and allow them to present you with a variety of products and services that they have to offer at Bank of America.
Well, now we've got the Shrine Sudan Dunn Clowns, and they always crack me up. They were organized in 1958 in Dunn, North Carolina. They've been all over southeastern North Carolina performing, and they've gone to several foreign countries too and touring there. They're under the leadership of Whitley Hood, and they do a great job.
They do. You know, I always remember them sort of getting into folks at the crowd. Yeah.
Oh, no!
They jump right in with everybody. Oh, goodness.
We've just been attacked by the clowns.
As I was saying, they tend to go into the crowd and really get folks involved. The Sudan Clowns having a good time. Just clowning around, that's their motto, clowning for burned and crippled children.
Well, now we have the Cape Fear Council Boy Scouts from the Brunswick District. The mission of the Boy Scouts is to prepare young people to make ethical and moral choices over their lifetimes by instilling in them the values of the Scout Oath and Law. But I tell you what, Kim, they also teach people to enjoy the outdoors and to do it safely.
They do a little of everything, don't they?
It's really good for these kids.
You know, my son Hunter is 6 years old and loves the outdoors, and I'm kind of hoping and thinking maybe he'll choose this route too. So we'll have to wait and see. But Boy Scouts of America, wonderful, wonderful organization.
Okay, we've got an emergency response vehicle for the American Red Cross. One of the things about Southport is right in the hurricane zone.
Yep.
We've been hit so many times with direct hits, and the American Red Cross is there to help us spring back every time. So we're real grateful for them, and they're here. They brought one of their disaster relief vehicles.
A van you don't necessarily want to see, but you want to know that it is there and is available if we need it, because of course we are in the middle right now of hurricane season. This is kind of neat. Come live a life of pure relaxation at River Mist. River Mist is a new community nestled within a tranquil setting of beautiful lakes and trees, where you can choose from a variety of charming home styles from Centex Homes' most popular collection. And this is the Stage 2 production cast and crew, also with the River Mist group. And this is May Moore.
May is
County Commissioner.
on the County Commissioners, has been for many, many years. Her husband Jimmy was a shrimp boat owner and operator for many years and used to engage in the shrimp boat races here in Southport.
Well, see, I would have never known that.
Well, there you go.
That's the neat thing about having you do this, is you know so much about Southport. May Moore, followed by the Walking Habib Temple and their drum quartet. Listen and Live Express, the North Carolina Operation Lifesaver Incorporated, here to teach safety around trains to all kids of all ages. Thousands of seriously injured and killed in nearly 4,200 highway rail grade crossing crashes each year. So North Carolina Operation Lifesaver is a program designed to help save your life at some of those dangerous spots.
I think they're going to be giving rides to the kids this afternoon, too, after the parade's over,
That's
Kim.
great. And there's Sheriff Hewitt. Sheriff Ronald Hewitt entered law enforcement as a member of the Holden Beach Police Department back on June 30th, 1983, at just 20 years old. And look at him now. He became the youngest certified police officer in North Carolina to hold the office of sheriff.
We've got a sampling of the equipment that the Brunswick County Sheriff's Department uses on a regular basis. We're looking right now at one of the water rescue trucks, which is very important because we have miles and miles and miles of coastline in Brunswick County.
Brunswick County Sheriff's Office SWAT Rescue Search and Recovery Team. Let's hope they don't have a busy summer.
We've got the DARE group coming up next. Of course, that's a program that's near and dear to my heart. It gives kids the skills they need to avoid involvement with drugs or alcohol, gangs, or violence. They were founded in '83. They do a tremendous in-school education program to raise awareness among young people, so I'm all for that.
Very important. You know, I've been to several DARE graduations, and the things that these kids learn is very, very important. They may not think so, but, you know, many of them take it to heart and, you know, grow up with it at a young age.
We've got the 4th of July Festival Band coming. You can hear the drums.
I hear them, along with lots of folks here celebrating the North Carolina 4th of July Festival Parade here in beautiful Southport.
Now, this band is amazing to me because it's a combination of a number of bands from South, West, and North Brunswick high schools, and yet they're playing pretty well together, if you ask me.
They really are. This is under the direction of Ray Wood, band director of South Brunswick High School. We also have, as Mary said, North Brunswick band director Mark Reel, South Brunswick band director Ray Wood and Joe Messina, assisted by Joe Diatavanio. The West Brunswick band director is Jaden Sipe. And they would all like to thank their sponsors, Savings Security Bank. Ray Wood is actually driving the Brunswick County Band's truck. Let's listen to the band.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Kim, this is the State Port Pilot's float. And the State Port Pilot is our hometown newspaper, and they do a tremendous job. They give you the news that you're not going to get anyplace else.
They do.
So they cover local meetings, local goings-on in Southport, and it comes out every week without fail, and I'm a devoted reader.
Are you?
Yes, I am.
Well, good to hear. And, you know, they have worked hard actually since 1928, over 60 years, and by the present ownership. So they definitely have a stake in the Brunswick County area.
Riding the float are representatives from the South Brunswick High School Athletic Booster Club, which is organized in '06 to raise money for athletic groups at South Brunswick, and they do a good job.
Another local representative joining us now for the parade, David Sandifer, chair of the Brunswick County Commissioners. Happy to have David with us this morning.
And we've got William Sue, Bill Sue, who's a Brunswick County Commissioner. Bill is a member from District 5, born and raised in Leland, North Carolina.
And that's the way we like them. All right, Shriners at it again. The Sudan Keystone Cops. These guys are here from Jacksonville, North Carolina.
You know, back in the old days of the parade here in Southport, they used to grab little kids off the side of the road and put them
lock
in the
them up
jail
in there?
the
Oh,
truck.
no.
And then you wouldn't see your kid for about 2.5 blocks.
Do you remember calling it the paddy wagon, right?
Well, yeah. But of course the kids loved it.
Oh, they did?
Oh, yeah.
Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad. We'll be back later. All right, Margaret Rudd and Associate Incorporated Realtors. This is locally owned and operated real estate company, several convenient locations in the Southport area.
Now here's an important vessel right here. It's a U.S. Coast Guard rescue boat, part of its Homeland Security mission, patrolling security zones at ports and escorting naval vessels. You know, we have military ocean terminal here outside of Southport.
Important job.
And a Coast Guard station. We are one of the places that has to be secured, and our Coast Guard doesn't, and they use wonderful equipment like this, which is fascinating to look at. And look, they are throwing out candy.
Today they're throwing out candy
and
for
the
all the
kids
kids.
are really enjoying it. They've got their rescue pup on board too.
He's having fun too.
We've got some dancers going by.
All right, Cape Fear Coast Real Estate on Oak Island. And walking in front and riding on the float are representatives of the under new ownership Southport Oak Island School of Dance and their new competition dance team. Music being provided by Tommy Robbins with Shore Sound Productions. They're all having a good time. Mayor Joan Kinney of Boiling Spring Lakes. Just outside Southport, this developing community winds around 50 spring-fed lakes and a nature conservancy, a new community building with plenty of recreational programs, monthly concerts on the lake. It is a growing business community. And this is the town of Castle Beach Mayor Harry Simmons.
You know, Castle Beach is most famous for the Oak Island Lighthouse. The lighthouse, as of October 18th, 2004, is open to the public, pursuant to provision of the Federal Land to Parks program of the National Park Service. So we're real proud of that, and it's a great place to visit, but it's a long way up, Kim.
Have you been up to the top?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Climbed all the way to the top, but a good thing that we can preserve part of our history here in Brunswick County. Sudan Hillbillies. I told you they come from everywhere, these Shriners. These guys are from Rayford, North Carolina.
And they're telling us to eat more possum. I don't know about that. I might stick to seafood.
Eat more roadkill, right?
Azusa Street Riders Motorcycle Ministry. Who says motorcycle riders have to be bad?
Nobody. Not when they're this group, because they do a lot of good things. Part of an international group of Christian motorcycle enthusiasts. They using their love of riding to minister and share the gospel. We're gonna have to let them get by us. They're other motorcycle groups. They're spreading. They're also loud.
It's music to many people's ears, though.
That's true. And if you're just joining us again, we are down in Southport at the North Carolina 4th of July Festival, the official North Carolina 4th of July Festival and Parade. Things got underway here earlier in the week. Lots of things going on, a naturalization ceremony. Folks down in Southport today also enjoying arts and crafts booths. And of course, tons and tons of really, really good food. And Mary, you have an interesting point about the North Carolina 4th of July Festival. You said Massachusetts is fighting us over this. Is that
They were
right?
trying to claim it from us, but they're wrong, Kim. We have an official proclamation as of 1783 that's in the Moravian archives in Winston-Salem, indicating that the then Governor Alexander Martin delivered an official state proclamation to celebrate the 4th of July. So we've been doing it ever since 1783.
So we claim official.
That's
no matter
right.
what they say in Massachusetts, we've got it.
They're just a commonwealth. We're a state.
Yeah, we're a state. We have more say anyway, right?
That's right.
Enjoying the nice weather too in Southport We got lucky on the weather, cooler, there's a nice breeze, and sorry if you didn't make it down here today because you really did miss out. But of course you always have next year to look forward to, but still close to 50,000 people.
That's right, but
here.
there's still time, Kim, because this afternoon we start music on the waterfront, street dances all night long, the fireworks
at 9 o'clock.
Right, so there's still time to come on.
If folks want to come on down here. All right. Continuing on with the parade. Some of your favorite characters. Sylvester the cat, it looks like, who just snuck up behind me. These are the animated animals. Another Sudan group. And the Pink Panther. I love you too, baby.
Well, how'd you get that big motorcycle
Uh-oh.
on the high dive?
Oh, it's gorilla action.
Oh, goodness
we're being
gracious.
accosted by
Thank
the
you
gorilla.
very much.
They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Uh-oh, I don't know what this is, but it might be a dog.
Right here? Scratch right here? Okay. The Sudan Shriners animated animals from Johnston County, North Carolina. And this is Mayor John Vereen III.
Now, you know him as John Vereen. We know him as Johnny Vereen.
Johnny Vereen.
And he has been the mayor of Oak Island for a very long time and has been active in public life in Brunswick County forever. So it's good to see him here today.
Well, that is great. And if you didn't know this, Oak Island, 14 miles of beach with over 52 public beach accesses, 2 ocean piers, 3 public boat ramps, a par 3 golf course, lots of things to do in the town of Oak Island. Mayor Shelley Lesser, the town of St. James.
St. James is a relatively new community, but it's incorporated. It is its own town, right on the outskirts of Southport.
Really celebrating some independence then, aren't they?
They are.
All right, WGNI Radio. Better variety of the 80s, 90s, and today that famous GNI beach bag is back for the 102.7 days of summer, so you can of course listen for chances to win on the air. This year's bag is filled with a record amount of lots of cool stuff. Let's see if I can tell who's in it. Mike Farrow, hey Mike! Enjoying another 4th of July parade. Mike's been in several. And they're playing some great music for all the folks here in Southport.
All right, we've got Margaret Mineth and Ben Stiers of the co-chairs of the North Carolina 4th of July Festival. You know, Kim, this whole production, not only the parade, but the whole weekend is put on by volunteers.
Oh, gosh.
Over 100 of them. They do a great job. We've been doing it for years and years and years, and this is a community effort.
A lot of hard work gone into this, and it pays off because look at how wonderful everything is. Over 120 floats, I think, in the parade. All kinds of things going on, and it definitely has to be choreographed very well. So congratulations to both of you, Margaret and Ben, for doing such a great job. Everyone, I think, really enjoying the parade this year. And Sea Watch at Sunset Harbor. This is Creative Kids. Also a dance studio, On My Toes Dance Studio, part of the Sea Watch at Sunset Harbor, a community, waterfront community just outside of Southport, just off of Highway 211. And again, riding on the float, some folks with On My Toes Dance Studio, dancing it up.
What we've got coming up here, Kim, is Brunswick Search and Rescue, which was founded in 1999. It's a nonprofit organization, and they have many trained professionals who volunteer their time and expertise to assist local, state, and federal law enforcement to locate lost and missing persons. They have participated in over 200 search missions since its inception in 1999, and that's a pretty good record, isn't it? They're on call 24/7, 365 days a year. They do a great job.
They
A
do.
missing person is an emergency, always. So you would call 911 to report it, and Brunswick Search and Rescue will help.
All right, this is the Woodburn Baptist Church Outreach Ministry. Sunday school at 10 a.m. every Sunday. Worship is at 11. Woodburn Baptist Church and Pastor S.L. Doty believe, come one, come all. The church is located on Lee Drive in the Leland area.
Let me tell you, they are cruising this parade in style, too.
They have the nice, best shaded spot in the house.
Oh, look at these antique cars. This is the Antique Automobile Club of America Cape Fear chapter. They are beautiful.
They are. A lot of hard work goes into keeping some of these cars together, some of them dating back to cars from 1911.
Now, you
to
know something,
1980.
Kim? This is not the only time you can catch these cars, because they are also going to be parked along the waterfront here in Southport, so you can get a closer look at how gorgeous they are and what beautiful shape they're in. Look at that. They've got an old T-Bird. It's great.
A lot of nice old cars there. This float is for the villages at Goose Marsh, a new home community that features riverfront living in coastal Brunswick County. And riders on the float today are from the Garnet Gems of Westport.
We've had more and more floats this year from new communities in Brunswick County.
I was
It is
noticing that
amazing.
myself.
Yeah.
Wanting to get the word out and show people. And also, you know, it's nice to see them taking part in the
there's-
community by being part of this parade.
For the last couple of years, if I'm not mistaken, Brunswick County has been the fastest growing county in North Carolina and one of the fastest in the country.
And
So-
that's evident, definitely. All right, the Southport Lions Club boat. They raffle this boat off every year. It's a 23-foot bayliner. A Southport Lions Club representative pulls the winning ticket at Southport's Waterfront Park at 9 o'clock tonight. A little bit about the Lions Club themselves, organized back in 1945 with 16 members. They've grown to an average membership of over 50 men and women who have an interest in serving their neighbors. They are people from every walk of life who strive to fill the motto of Lions Club International, which is very simple. We serve. They provide the means for needed service to the community, especially the visually and hearing impaired. So let's hope they raised a lot of money with their raffle. Who's this?
We've got Smokey the Bear. That is just great to have Smokey here. Created in 1944, the Smokey Bear campaign is the longest running public service campaign in U.S. history. He raises awareness about fire prevention in our forests. And, you know, we've been in a drought situation in
it's
North
important
Carolina.
right now.
And Michael's just declared drought in 100 counties. So it's really important to heed what Smokey the Bear says. Only
Definitely.
you can prevent forest fires. And that's forest fires and wildfires. We want to avoid that at all costs.
Definitely, and of course, all of this, a division of the North Carolina Forest Services group.
Oh, look at this. We've got a dancing bear from White Shirt Realtors. Is an independently owned and operated full-service real estate firm serving New Hanover and Brunswick. And look at this float. They've got it crammed with kids just
They
dancing
do.
around.
Whether you're looking for a home of your dreams or searching for that vacation home, Weichert Realtors, they call themselves the coastal choice.
Kim, take a look at this float as it goes by. It is literally bouncing with those
With
people
everyone jumping
dancing
around.
on it. Look at that. It's just bouncing like a trampoline.
Some of the realtors and their families. It is bouncing.
I know it. They are
The bounce-
rocking.
The bouncing bear with his 15 seconds of fame there.
Here we've got Waccamaw Bank. They say they are growing coastal Carolina strong.
Serving for 10 years now, 1997 to 2007. And they're walking strong. One of the groups on foot for the parade today. And if I'm not mistaken, looks like we've got another group of hillbillies coming our way.
Gotta love them hillbillies when they come east. If they're looking for roadkill, they're looking at the wrong place, Kim. They're not going
We
to
don't
find
have
any today.
We don't have it here.
No.
All right, another member of the Shrine Club. And they're smart. They brought their umbrellas. Not raining, but a nice way to shade yourself. from some of the sunshine.
They've got a deer head mounted on the front of their truck and a big sticker that says Moonshiner.
All right. From Hope Mills, the Hillbillies, the North Carolina Shrine Club. Enjoying a nice breeze too. Very lovely down in Southport right now. Not as hot as I've remembered in the past. I know it was much hotter last year.
Right.
In the 90s at least this time last year, wasn't it?
That's right. But you know, in Southport, no matter what the temperature is, there's always a great breeze. So you
Right
you
off
can
the
still,
river.
Yeah, you can handle the heat.
Right off the Cape Fear River. And
Now
that's
this
where
is
we
a-
are, in case you didn't know, at the base of the Cape Fear River here in Southport. I'm sorry.
Now
who is
this is a typical Southport thing. This is the St. George Society Fire Association. It's sponsored by Southport Realty, but really it's just 12 couples that got together and chipped in and bought this fire truck just for the fun of it.
Oh,
And
cool.
they park it in on somebody's lawn. It was about a block away from our house a couple of months ago, and they just have a good time with it.
All right. And happy to have them as part of the parade today, including some of their family members also.
Now, but this one, this is a
this
real
is the
serious
real
fire
deal,
truck,
right? This is the real deal.
This is St. James Fire Department. You know, there are 900 people that live in St. James. That they have the equipment to put out any kind of fire.
That's good.
This particular rig will extend up 55 feet vertically, and it'll pump more than 100 gallons of water per minute. So they're keeping everybody safe at St. James.
And everyone at St. James knows that they are safe.
Now, Kim, they don't have a real Dalmatian, but they've got a stuffed one. I don't know what the deal is with that, but
Oh, yep. He's stuffed all right. It's too hot
I don't know.
for the parade today. All right, St. James Plantation, the #1 selling community in the coastal Carolinas, as Mary was saying, developing. The St. James is celebrating the grand opening of Regency Place, a new neighborhood full with unique cottage homes. And the kids on the float are some of the Marlin swim team.
Oh, and a few of the 4th of July committee members are also on the St. James float. St. James is now huge. You know, when you go by there and happen to go in to check it out,
Uh-huh.
it is huge with a number of different golf courses, and it's really quite beautiful.
Sounds like a nice place. And again, part of growing Brunswick County, really. Another local radio station joining us for the Southport Parade, WECT 101, Cape Fear's country leader and your home for NASCAR. Are you a big NASCAR fan?
We are big NASCAR fans in our family. We
That's-
sure are. We follow NASCAR, and of course, NASCAR contributes billions of dollars to our economy here
Sure.
in North Carolina. It's a really important thing, and we now have the NASCAR Hall of Fame being built in Charlotte.
In Charlotte.
So we lay claim to
Exciting.
NASCAR permanently now, I think.
All right, and this is the WECT Cruiser for country music, WECT 101. Well, this is exciting. A first. The first Miss Castlehane, Alicia Boyette. And our queen today and her car, sponsored by Castlehane Hawk Crawl Committee. You'll see lots of lovely queens throughout the parade today.
Oh, look at this. All decked out. Oak Island Motorsports and Cape Fear kiteboarding.
Sounds like an exciting place. Kite shops, scooters, bicycles, kayaks, motorcycle rentals, plus a whole lot more. Anything you would like to do for outdoor activities at Oak Island Motorsports and Cape Fear kiteboarding.
And look, this boat is towing a skateboard. Now that looks like a lot of fun. I'd like to do that.
That does look like fun.
Uh-huh. And look at this little car. I bet they save a lot on gas. What do you think, Kim?
Yeah,
It's coming into view now.
that is neat. It's got 3 wheels. It's almost like a little, I don't know, a little 3-wheeler. They're having fun.
Oh, here we go. The Arab choo-choo, the Shriners.
Would not be a parade without the Arab choo-choo.
I know. And they also give rides to the kids after the parade. So I know Michael Jr. and I have spent many a happy moment
that
riding that
choo-choo?
train. Yeah.
And where is Michael Jr. now? Not here to ride the train.
No. Well, when you're 22, you can hardly
You don't really
fit.
want to do it anymore, right? Yeah. All right, the Arab Shrine, Arab Choo Choo, another group with the Shriners of North Carolina helping burned and crippled children. I get a kick at how much they just enjoy what they're doing. All right, BrunswickVoice.com. Hey, a new community website dedicated to helping you publish your news, information, and events. Log on and you can set up your own blog at BrunswickVoice.com. On the float, the Brunswick County Shakers Special Olympic Cheering Team. Wonderful. Enjoying themselves. I think it's great too how a lot of the floats will include, other groups from the community to sort of spread the wealth, I guess you would say, make
That's
sure
good,
everybody's
isn't it? Yeah.
enjoying themselves.
Up, WAAV.
980 The Wave, Talk of the Town. Tune in every weekday from 8 to 10 for interactive radio with Rhonda Bellamy. Harvard Jennings is on in the afternoon from 5 to 7.
Now this is really cool. This is
Exciting.
one of my favorites. This is the Community Boys and Girls Club March Alliance. They are just way cool. They engage young people in activity with adults, peers, and family members that helps them develop self-esteem and confidence, and they've got a lot of energy too, and they're showing it right now.
Wonderful program, definitely. The Community Boys and Girls Club March Alliance. Let's see what they're going to do for us here.
Now this is interesting, Kim. This is R.L. Parker. He's driving a Model A. His friends are out taking a leisurely ride. This is a 1931 model, and then a 1928 Mercedes follows, and a 1932 Fraser Nash. Pretty impressive there, beautiful cars.
Very interesting, and you're right, lovely, lovely cars. Good way to spend a leisurely afternoon if you're driving around here in downtown Southport. And I know some of these folks come back to participate in this parade year after year, which is so exciting. All right, the Navassa Drum and Drill Team, located, of course, in Navassa, which is in Brunswick County. They got together and originated back in 1984. They have 40 participants, and they range in age from 4 to 17. Coordinators of this team are Carlton Mosley and William Alston, and the drum major is Jeline Alston, the Navassa Drum and Drill Team.
What we've got coming around the corner here is the bus from the Brunswick County Health Department. And they do a lot of important things, a lot of health screenings, a lot of immunization, and they bring the health care to the people wherever the people are throughout
They do
Brunswick
the mobile
County.
units, trying to spread out to get to folks that might not be able to come to the Brunswick County Health Department, providing a very important service.
Kim, it's particularly important with the immunizations and with people who are elderly, shut-ins, who can't get to a doctor.
Yeah.
And this is really a marvelous service, and it really is a wonderful use of our tax dollars. You know, this particular bus holds 2 examination rooms, a waiting room, and it provides medical assistance to people who don't have access to health care. You know, they also use this bus to conduct kindergarten physicals at the Brunswick County schools throughout the county, which is really, really great. It's the 5th year that the county has been able to use this particular bus. And the program's been in place for about 2.5 years. So
Wonderful service.
the bus travels about 4 times a month, and it's really, really a wonderful addition to the services that the county provides.
The folks of Brunswick County are fortunate to have the bus able to get out into different parts of Brunswick County. Here's the BB&T float. BB&T and its subsidiaries offer full-service commercial and retail banking. Founded in 1872, BB&T operated more than 1,400 financial centers in the Carolinas, Virginia, Maryland, West Virginia, several states including Washington, D.C., and here locally they have several locations throughout Brunswick and New Hanover counties. BB&T.
Now you know something, Kim? The BB&T float has the All-Stars, the Southport Oak Island All-Stars on it.
Well, congratulations to all of these young men.
Oak Island Police Department, Rescue Squad, Emergency Services. And here's that big fire truck from Oak Island.
The 100-foot aerial fire truck from Oak Island.
It looks like they have a young assistant with a headset on in that second area of the cab, waving out the window at us.
Firefighter in training with the Oak Island Fire Department. It's got to be one of the tallest ladder trucks, I'm sure, 100 feet. This is Oak Island Water Rescue, again, keeping everyone safe on the water in case there is an emergency, and you know there's going to be a lot of folks out on the water over the 4th of July holiday and coming up this weekend. We hope we don't need them, but happy to have them around just in case. And they would like to remind you to be safe on the water. Remember your life jackets, your fire extinguishers. Be careful on the water, drive slowly, and of course, don't drink and boat.
Oh boy, another favorite, the Sudan Steel Drum Band.
I feel like we're in the Caribbean.
Well, no, we're not. They hail from Tabor City, North Carolina, Columbus County.
Of course, another group with the Shriners, North Carolina.
I don't know what they're playing, but they make you want to drink a margarita.
I
know.
And next, put on some Kenny Chesney or something. Very nice, though. Really soothing music. Part of the Sudan Steel Drum Band, the Columbus County Shrine Club. And again, these folks travel across the state, participating in several charities, parades, other festivals, and fundraisers, all for crippled and burned children. And having a good time while they're doing it. I love the sound of the steel drum. Sounds awesome. And speaking of sounds, here's 94.5 The Hawk, the Port City's classic hits, and home to the syndicated morning show, the John Boy and Billy Show.
Have you ever used their barbecue sauce, Kim?
No, I don't think I have.
John Boy and Billy
Is it
barbecue
good?
sauce is
I
excellent.
can take your word for it.
That's right. So they should be giving out samples of that.
My husband is big on different sauces and barbecuing. I'll have to have him try it.
Now this tractor trailer is the First Baptist Church Oak Island Remember the Sacrifice float. Encourages spectators to remember the sacrifices made by Jesus Christ. And they also are recognizing the wonderful firefighters that risk their lives and volunteer as a memorial to them, which is mighty nice.
Very nice. You can just kind of imagine folks sitting around trying to decide what they're going to do for their float and all the patriotic things that they're thinking of in different ways to honor our country for the 4th. The Easy Riders Rail and Buggy Club, coming from Delco, North Carolina, reaching out to men, women, and children who enjoy alcohol and drug-free riding. And it looks like they have several different little dune buggies and that Volkswagen Beetle. Don't see too many of those around anymore. That was my first car, a Volkswagen Beetle. All right, now you wanted to get in the mini racers. How about one of these dune buggies?
I could definitely do the dune buggy. Yeah. Except I wouldn't want to tear up the dunes. That's the only problem.
Yeah, we'll just ride these. These are street ready. We can ride around the street with them.
I would definitely do that. That is really a cute little thing.
Definitely easy riding.
It's air cooled.
Yeah. The faster you go, the cooler you get.
That's it.
Hope you're enjoying our coverage of the North Carolina 4th of July Festival and Parade here in beautiful Southport in Brunswick County. Got a great crowd out here today. Everyone enjoying all the sights and sounds. And again, if you are just joining us, I am with First Lady of North Carolina, Mary Easley, who has actually co-hosted this parade for the last few years. Happy to have her back with us again this year.
And another group that's back with us besides me is the Sudan Drum and Bugle Corps. They are here every single year. So we welcome them. They are a fixture. It ain't 4th of July unless they're here in the parade.
No, not at all. Definitely happy to have them. And I think, they're from Wilmington?
That's right. They're from Wilmington, North Carolina.
North Carolina Azalea Festival Princess. This is Lauren Smith. Lauren Victoria Smith, the daughter of Larry and Helen Smith. Lauren graduated from John T. Hoggard High School in Wilmington. She plans to attend the University of North Carolina at Wilmington in the fall to major in special education. Lauren was among 26 New Hanover County senior girls who competed for the title of Princess. Each young woman judged on a personal interview, evening gown, and impromptu stage question. The pageant is the event that kicks off the annual festival. Next year's event is scheduled for Saturday, March 1st, 2008. Congratulations, Lauren, and we're happy to have you representing the North Carolina Azalea Festival.
It's not a 4th of July festival without a queen and a princess.
Yep. This is Anderson Martial Arts and Fitness. Allison and Bobby Anderson and the students at the Anderson Martial Arts and Fitness group here in Southport.
Look at that, they're showing some of their moves. I'm glad they have that blue mat down.
The mats, definitely. Whoa.
Well, they did it safely, that's a good thing.
And specializing in karate and kickboxing. They do have classes for all ages at Anderson Martial Arts and Fitness.
That sound you hear is the sound of the Sudan Mini Choppers. There are 16 of them, and they're a group from Whiteville, North Carolina that, again, along with the other Shriners, goes all over to benefit children.
They've waited, come behind all the other groups of Shriners, and now it's their turn to perform. They're having a good time. Here they go. They're going to line up, show us what they've got. The Sudan Mini Choppers. They look, you know, low to the ground, but they're not so mini. They're rather big, those motorcycles. Trying to speed things up for the parade route here. They're paving the way for the military ocean terminal.
Now what's coming on the screen right now, that's the fire truck for the military ocean terminal right outside of Southport at Sunny Point. It's a 118-foot aerial truck.
And this is one of the tallest aerials in the region.
You know, the military ocean terminal here outside of Southport is the largest ammunition point in the nation. And when the nation was preparing for armed conflicts in Iraq and in other places overseas, often you would be outside looking at the river and you would see tanks shrink wrapped on these big outgoing vessels.
Yeah.
And that was really a sight to see, but all of it is shipped out through that military ocean terminal.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Safety is first there. There's no question about it.
And we know for sure they're training and they're on top of it, keeping all of us safe. All right, you're watching the North Carolina 4th of July Festival and Parade here in Southport. And we're at unit number 90. There are about 120 floats in this year's parade. Again, I'm hosting with First Lady of North Carolina, Mary Easley. This does wrap up our television portion of the parade, but you can get continuing coverage and watch all of the parade by logging on to our website, WECT.com. Now going to Wilmington, where WECT's Jim Henchett is standing by for Wilmington's annual Battleship Blast. Fireworks there, of course, at 9. And in Southport here at 9 o'clock. I enjoyed myself. I hope you did.
I did too. We had a good time and we have more to come.
All right. On behalf of Mary and myself, thanks so much for watching WECT, where news comes first, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your 4th of July holiday.
You've been watching the Southport 4th of July Parade on WECT. Brought to you by Dozier Memorial Hospital. Our specialty is you. Weichert Realtors Coastal Choice, the real estate company of choice on the coast. And by Security Savings Bank, neighbor-to-neighbor service you can bank on. Now, stay tuned for the Battleship Blast Fireworks Show, live from downtown Wilmington.
North Carolina 4th of July Festival and Parade underway in Southport. Several floats to see yet here on WECT, and I'm joined by First Lady of North Carolina, Mary Easley. We've seen a lot of really neat things.
Hello, everyone. The sound you hear, that's the Sudan Daredevils behind us doing all their tricks. So we're having a great time.
We are having a great time. Let's see some more of the parade. Again, the Sudan Daredevils living up to their name. Getting very daring.
That truck is moving and they're going over it. I just love that.
Takes some coordination.
You know they have got to be having a ball doing
They
that.
are, and they practice. They're so in sync with each other, you know, moving at exactly the right speed, spacing so far in between each other so that they don't run into each other. And really entertaining for the crowd. Everything the Shriners do is so entertaining for people of all ages. I'll do that. If you do the mini choppers, I'll do the Daredevils.
Okay, I can handle the mini choppers.
Okay,
All right.
I think I'll try the
then we'll
Daredevils
switch off.
then. 'Cause that does not look easy, riding up that ramp. Wonder how many of them are there doing this? Around 15? 15 or 16, I think?
I believe so.
We have a great crowd here in Southport as everyone has come out to enjoy all the events of the North Carolina 4th of July Festival and Parade in Southport. And in case you didn't know, the parade, not the only thing going on today. Lots of arts and crafts down at Franklin Square. Lots of great food for everyone to enjoy, and a crowd. You know, I think the last time anyone really took a count, between 40 and 50,000, and I would imagine through the last few years, more people have heard about the festival and decided to come down and enjoy it.
I think this is the support vehicle for them.
It's all about the kids, is one of the mottos here.
You know, it's amazing. Even with a crowd of 50,000, this town works together to get everybody moved in and moved out really smoothly. So it's really incredible how they do it.
A fine oiled machine, is it?
That's it. We've been doing it for years. I think this is the Progress Energy Brunswick nuclear plant float. You know, the Progress Energy, which is headquartered in Raleigh, has more than 21,000 megawatts of generation capacity. That's a lot of power. Of course, we have the nuclear plant right on the outskirts of town here, and it's been a base for a lot of our employment and has done a lot to enrich us in the town, to contribute to lots of educational efforts and other things. So they've been a good corporate citizen here.
Definitely serving 3.1 million customers, not just here in North Carolina, but also South Carolina and Florida. These are the Sudan Pirates. Neither one of us has been shot. They're shooting at each other.
I don't know, but they've got a mermaid on the front, and that guy's aiming his gun at us. Uh-oh, look, we got beads. The pirates are giving away beads. Thank you so much. All right. This is great.
Wonderful. The Sudan pirate ship. They're from Fairmont, North Carolina. They're pointing at our camera now.
Well, there we are. I know. But we got a reward for it, Kim. We're
Definitely.
okay. That's right.
All right, the Boiling Springs Lakes Police Department, under the leadership of Chief Richard White, and more pirates handing out some beads to folks in the crowd here. We also have the Boiling Spring Lakes Fire Department. No emergency, just testing the sirens, make sure they all work okay.
You know, earlier this morning we had the firemen's game right up the block from here, and they do some really cool stuff and compete against different fire departments from all over North Carolina.
That's right.
So Boiling Springs Lakes was part of that.
Wonderful.
And you know where it's being held because all of the fire trucks for the participants have their baskets up and they're all parked in the same place. You just walk there and you're
hard to miss them.
Yeah, hard to miss it.
And this is the big fire truck with the Boiling Spring Lakes Fire Department. Several firefighters joining us in some of the trucks for the parade today. This is engine 473. These, if you can't tell by the way they look, are the Sudan Gators. And this is new. I can honestly say I don't think I've ever seen this.
Me neither. I
group
think this
before.
is a first for the parade here in Southport. Oh, look, they opened their jaws.
Oh, wow, they sure do.
That's kind of neat.
No man stood so tall except when he stopped to pick up a crippled child. And that is the motto of these smoke-breathing gators. Did you see the smoke coming out the top of the gator?
They all have their own little twist. Now,
They do.
now one of these fellas on this truck has an air gun, and he is shooting candy out to the kids
how
in the
funny.
crowd.
Which is always a crowd pleaser. And you see the Sudan Gators driving their little four-wheelers. This is the Walmart of Southport, sponsoring this float and on board several area queens, including Haley Elizabeth Kane, who is Tiny Miss North Carolina Merry Christmas, sponsored by her papa.
And this little queen is pretty smart because she knew to dress for the warm weather. But she's got her crown on.
She still has on
She's
her
got
crown,
her crown.
and her hair is up and beautifully put together. She's practicing her parade wave.
Kim, I don't know what's coming, but it's pretty loud. Oh, it had to be motorcycles.
Definitely motorcycles. The Brunswick County Heavy Hitters Motorcycle Club from right here in Southport.
Now, this is definitely not the Harley-Davidson crowd.
No. The Suzuki crowd.
No. Hondas and Suzukis.
Woo! Burn those
Yeah.
are special, special revs just for us, right?
I know. I wonder how often they have to buy tires when they do that.
They're having a good time. Looks like about 10 members of the Brunswick County Heavy Hitters Motorcycle Club in Southport joining us for the parade today. Lots of folks in the crowd waving, having a really good time, enjoying sunny weather, but also, not as hot as we've usually seen it. Now, this is the Yopon Beach Fire Department's E1 pumper truck meaning water. Big truck, it says double whammy on the front. The Yopon Beach Fire Department.
Uh-oh. I hear the Sudan Playboys
They
coming.
are rocking and rolling.
I know, and I don't remember them being in the parade in the last couple of years, so this may be a new group for us.
All right, let's see what they're doing. Oh, they're Playboys. They're dressed to the nines
Uh-oh.
in their suits and hats.
They're giving out beads,
More
Kim. I don't
beads.
know. You might get some.
the Mr. T gold chains.
Oh, there we go. Little girl's going to get some beads.
Beads for the children. Wonderful.
Too.
Wonderful.
Oh,
Thank you. I've officially been beaded.
You've been beaded. That's good.
Hunter enjoys these. He'll have a great time with playing with these. The Sudan Playboys, they are from St. Paul's, North Carolina. Mingling among everyone here in the crowd, passing out festival beads for everyone to enjoy over the 4th of July holiday. All right, some more clowns joining us for the parade. And fire prevention is the motto that they are passing on here today.
I believe they're riding on a Southport Fire Department assist vehicle.
The prevention unit, Southport Prevention Unit. Dancing around and having a good time, getting the crowd involved in the parade.
Blaze and Flame, the fire safety clowns. Now this may be Keller Williams Realty. And they say they are bringing Brunswick County a new choice in real estate, a great company with a focus on the community. And I think that's right, Ocean Crest Pier, Oak Island, North Carolina.
Yep, Dave Cooper from the Ocean Crest Pier would like to remind you to take a child fishing. There's nothing like seeing a child's face light up when they catch their first fish. Does Michael Jr. like to fish?
He loves it. He's
Hunter,
a
my
big
son,
hunter fisherman.
loves to fish too. And he's right. David Cooper's very right. Kids love when they catch that fish. All right, Winnebago Volunteer Fire Department.
You know, they have a decal on the front of this particular fire vehicle that says DeHeat. They are DeHeat.
They are the heat, taking care of the heat. And this engine responds to all structure fires and also motor vehicle crashes. And again, a volunteer fire department. So these guys volunteering, oftentimes leaving their paying jobs in case there is an emergency in their area.
Now Now, I believe this car is a 1930 Model A. Richard Shepard owns it. He's got his 2 granddaughters, Emily and Carolyn, in the rumble seat, which is a lot of fun to ride in a rumble seat. Isn't that a pretty car?
Yes, very
Green
pretty.
rims.
Having a nice time, isn't he? The Coca-Cola Consolidated, Wilmington, North Carolina, proud sponsor of the North Carolina 4th of July Festival, and this is the Coca-Cola float.
You know, amazingly, I never knew this before. Coca-Cola Consolidated in Wilmington is the 2nd largest Coca-Cola bottler in the country. Isn't that something?
That is. Looks like some of the Marlins swim team on board that float. And here we have
Shrine Convertibles from Cary, North Carolina.
under the direction of Russell Bunk Mizell, the Sudan Convertibles. A 1969 Buick, a 2004 Volkswagen, nice convertible Volkswagen. They have several convertibles they're going to show us.
That's a beautiful Chevrolet right there.
It is pretty. 1960 Chevrolet. Bright red.
You know, we forget how long they were.
You're right, that is a long car. Yeah.
A family of 5 could live in the trunk.
I know, back in the day too, and you could spread kids around on the back.
Oh yeah, not very safe, but we did
Not
it.
today, but yep, my parents did it. 1975 Buick here.
How
Nice
could you
convertible.
parallel park that thing? Oh, this is a beautiful Cadillac convertible.
Again, the Sudan Convertibles. This group of Shriners coming to us from Cary, North Carolina. They traveled close to probably 3 hours to get here.
We've got Bryce's miniature tractors. Bryce Brown is from Oak Island. He loves building these little mini tractors. And Kim, here are some horses from the Brunswick Saddle Club. Now, the presence of the horses, does that denote they were getting toward the end of the parade or what? I don't know.
I don't know.
But the cleanup crew is following them, so that's a good thing.
Oh yeah, lots of horses and even a little horse for one of the junior riders. The Brunswick Saddle Club is a group of people whose passion for horses and riding is evident, as you can see. Leland Police Department operated motorcycles operated by officers Josh Spence and Richard Christopher. A lot of departments going to motorcycles these days too. You know, Wilmington's got motorcycle riders also. Probably a good way to get in around crowds sometimes when you need to. Leland Police Department serving our community. And the heavy crash truck with Leland Fire and Rescue.
That is a huge fire rescue
monster
truck.
of a truck.
You know, Leland's another one of these communities that has just exploded
Growing.
with growth. It's amazing. And fortunately, they're keeping up with it
Yep.
with fire safety and police protection.
Making sure they keep everybody safe around the Leland community.
Oh, I'm here in the Ghostbusters. They are a fixture for this parade. And you watch out, Kim, because you might get slimed.
We've been beaten. We've been squirted with water.
That's right. Oh no, I think we might get slimed.
Oh,
It could
no.
happen.
He's going to pass us by. The Sudan Temple running so a crippled child can walk. This group of Shriners from Bladen County. And dancing a little jig
He just slimed
before he
somebody.
slimes the crowd. That's their warning. He's going to dance his little jig. Calabash EMS and Tri-Beach Volunteer Fire Department with ladder truck 861.
You know, we don't realize how these beach departments rely on volunteers in order to support their efforts.
Sure.
And They undergo so much training at our local community colleges to stay current. It's really a source of pride for these communities.
Oh yeah, as I said earlier, you know, these folks have regular jobs.
Right.
You know, and if they're called in the middle of the night, they are there to serve their community, and they do so much more too. Raise money, keep the trucks clean, all kinds of different things for the community. Do safety checks for car seats. They are first responders.
Look, we got a little baby fireman up there at the top
Oh,
from Bolivia.
the
North
Bolivia Fire
Carolina.
Department.
You know, Bolivia is now the county seat. The county seat moved, I want to say it was in 1977 or 78, from Southport to Bolivia, North Carolina. There's that little baby fireman right up there at the top.
Is that due to population or?
No, it was centrally located in the county. So people felt as though it would serve the needs of the area down in Charlotte South, Leland, and Southport equally.
Very interesting.
Wow, these guys are great. Look at these, the Roadsters.
The Sedan Roadsters from Sampson County. And they're coming awfully close to us.
I love to watch this precision driving. These guys are really disciplined.
Yeah, this is true precision because they're inches away from each other here.
And they do it all just with hand signals.
How fast do you think they're going? About 20, 25 maybe?
I think so, yep. And when they start interweaving in figure eights, it's really impressive.
Yeah.
You know, Howe Street, where this parade is conducted, is nice and wide.
Yep.
So it really is a perfect platform for these Sudan groups to be able to pull off these tricks really well.
And again, if you didn't hear us earlier, several members of the different shrine clubs from all over the state of North Carolina have joined us today for the Southport Parade to participate and also to raise awareness to crippled and burned children in our state. And they participate in all kinds of events across the state of North Carolina, 25 to 30 a year for all of these different groups. And they really, really have a great time, and you can tell they just really enjoy what they are doing. These must be the Dirt Devils. A group of motorbikes and four-wheelers. Revving it up as we wind down the last few floats for the North Carolina 4th of July Festival Parade here in Southport. We've had close to 120 floats participating, everything from local municipalities to fire department, law enforcement, Coast Guard members, marching bands. Quite a treat if you were able to come down here and see the parade for yourself live, or you are watching us right now. You missed a good time if you are watching us right now. And we've enjoyed really, really nice weather. Again, Kim Ratcliffe and First Lady of North Carolina, Mary Easley, happy to have you along with us. This is my first year doing this with you, but really enjoy. I've had a great time.
I have it too, but you're going to have to come back, Kim. It's just great like this every year.
It is wonderful.
It's just
and
wonderful.
I think the folks with the festival would like to present Mary with something.
Oh, wow.
On behalf of Southport, our July 4th festival, Mary, thank you for coming once more. She's a star, isn't she?
She is a star. She has done a wonderful job.
Same frame as last year. Come again and we'll do another one.
That's great. I'm going to add it to the collection at the house. So
A beautiful,
thank you
beautiful
so much.
print.
Isn't that beautiful? It's
Yeah.
Now, see, this is a typical site in Southport. Is the great old-fashioned front porch.
The front porch with the flags.
festooned with the flags, and I am proud to have it.
All the beautiful flowers.
That's great.
Wonderful. The North Carolina 4th of July Festival. Again, festivities taking place here all week long. And of course, with the 4th of July in the middle of the week, folks have a few more days to enjoy for the weekend. And of course, Southport, a beautiful place to come if you want to come visit. Mary would know. You've lived here for several years.
That's right. Come on down and see us.
All right,
A wonderful
Mary,
place to visit.
thanks so much for joining us for the parade
Thank
today.
you.
I've enjoyed myself, and I hope I do get to do it again.
Everybody have a safe and happy 4th.
Thanks for watching, and again, have a safe and happy 4th of July weekend.